People are always so surprised that I'm not more cynical when it comes to love.
Yeah.
And they always ask, do you ever think you're going to get married again? And I go, yes, I hope I'm going to get married again. I think marriage is the most beautiful union that there is. And I love that. I love family. I mean, I love every aspect of love, whether it be just for a friendship love or like I value that respect and that secrecy and that loyalty and whatever it is. And people are always surprised that I believe in love. I probably am more joyful now, especially with love, than maybe 5 years ago.
Wow.
And it's because I feel like I know how to control myself more. Where before, you just give things so freely. And I love giving love. I love loving myself, loving my family and others. But I feel like I'm a little bit wiser with maybe whom I give it to so innocently.
Speaking of marriage, obviously, recently on the show, you had Lamar on the show. And I believe it was the first time you'd seen each other in 9 years.
Almost 10,
Almost
yes.
10 years.
Yes.
I wonder, why did you feel now was the time to reconnect? And was it you who initiated? Was it him? Where did that come from?
So, yeah, Lamar and I, the last time I saw him, I believe was 2016.
Wow.
And it never spoke, nothing since 2016, if my memory serves correctly. I was actually at Super Bowl last year, the one in Las Vegas, and my best friend Malika was there, and she was staying somewhere else, and she ran into him in a hotel lobby, and they both just started like crying because they were really close and just embraced, and they exchanged numbers. And so that's how the first intro happened. And when Malika reached out, when Malika told me she saw him, I said, that's so weird. I just found his mom's driver's license last week. And I was like, okay. She's like, well, why don't you give it to him? I was like, let me think this over. And it took a few months for me to want her to reach out to say, like, do you want to meet up with me? Because I wanted to do it. I didn't want to just drop it off. I didn't. I wanted to see him and make sure still that he was doing okay. And at the time, I didn't have any feelings. I was like, yeah, let's come over, let's go to Malika's house. I didn't want to do it in public where it would be a big spectacle. I didn't want to do it at my house because of my kids there. And he knew about the cameras. He picked the time of the date. I never would have ambushed somebody about that. And he picked the time of the date. He flew in for it. And it's so weird when I thought I was totally cool. And when he came in, he was so nervous. And I was trying to reassure him, like, we're fine and whatever. And there would be times in our conversation that I started getting these feelings. I don't know if they're triggers or because we've both experienced a lot of trauma together, Lamar and I. And there would be either little mannerisms or things that would flash me back to 10, 15 years ago. And I didn't realize how triggered I was getting from Lamar. We didn't talk for 10 years because after his overdose, Lamar couldn't walk or talk, and he had a significant amount of seizures and strokes and needed to be rehabilitated. And I helped him through that journey. And then when he was at a decent place, he started using again. And he said that on the show. That's why I'm saying it now. And from that moment was when I was paying for a house for him to be in. I was taking care of him. And I said, I can never see you again. Not that it was anything ever romantic. I love Lamar with all my heart. Even today, I love him. And I know he was like one of the greatest loves of my life. It just other circumstances took over. But so I really sincerely wanted the best for him. When he started using again after such a horrific accident, where he, in my opinion, is a miracle that he is alive today, I couldn't understand how someone would go and do that again. And I get it's a disease, but it felt like you punched me in my stomach. And I put so much of my life on hold to take care of this person. just for them to be like, oh, it's fine. Like, I'm not sure how he felt about himself. It made me feel that he had no respect for his own life and for anything that I did for him as well. And so from that moment on, I said, no, I'm not speaking to this person anymore because it does nothing for me. There's no benefit in this. I felt more like I would be taking care of him, but being lied to. I had so many negative thoughts. So that 10-year break, as sad as it wasn't that hard for me because it was sad, and I thought about him all the time and always wanting to make sure he's okay. And then when I saw him, like, I loved seeing him. It was great. It was really sad at the same time, seeing someone I thought I would never outgrow. I realized how much I outgrew him. And that made me sad. But I wonder if we were still married, would we have grown together? And there were so many things that made me wonder even more. Like, would we have grown together? If we did stay together, would this have stopped? Or would that beast always, be needing to be fed? But you can't live your life in the what ifs of it all. But it definitely made me sad because I just felt like we were two totally different people, and I never thought we would get to that place.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him. I am so happy that he's sober and he's doing these great things with his life. And those are things that anyone should be rooting for.
Yeah.
I'm also proud of him for meeting with me because as much as scary or as nerve-wracking and scary as it was for me to meet with him, I could only imagine how he felt because we left on really bad terms on his end. So I'm sure it was scarier for him.
Does it make you feel like there's more healing for you to do in regard to that relationship, like resentment, anger, or that the forgiveness that you had has kind of felt more concrete?
I don't have any anger or resentment. I really, really don't. And I don't know if this is a bad or a good thing, but me and all my siblings, my mom, it could be on the fence with this one, but definitely me and my siblings, when we will be mad in the moment and curse someone out and yada, yada, you give us a year and we're like, we love that person. We don't ever hold on to that bad stuff. And we don't know if that's necessarily good because sometimes you need to remember what people are capable of, but we're like, oh, but they're great. And we'll recite these great things. But I also think it is a beautiful thing because I want to remember the good. I know what you are capable of, but I don't need to hold on to all of the stuff that happened too. Because I also feel like that was their journey. That was for them to experience and go through. And I was just a bystander. Yes, I went through it as well. But that journey is really for that other person. I'm
mind blown, honestly.
Oh my God, Jay.
No, I mean it. It's just, and I believe you so deeply. I can feel it just sitting with you in your presence. But it's so hard to do what you're saying for just in general. And people always say forgive and forget, but I think for you it's forgive and don't forget.
Yeah, no, it's forgive and don't forget. And I think so much of it is empathy. I think that's
huge, Chloe. It's huge. Like I really hope
Thank you.
I really hope you allowed that to sit with you and take that in today of
nice.
Just how huge it is.
Well, because most people say, oh, because you're so weak.
No, I think of it the
And
other way.
I think it is a strength. Like whenever I remember when Tristan's mother passed away, and Tristan has a brother that's disabled, and his mother was Amari, is Tristan's brother's name. Tristan's mom was Amari's sole caretaker, and she passed away. Tristan's house was under construction. We had all these crazy rains. His roof caved in. Tristan and I were not speaking at this time. Like, there was not a chance I would speak to him. And when Andrea passed away, I remember having Amari and Tristan move in with me because yes, he could have gone to a hotel, but Tristan and Amari both needed to be not isolated. They both lost their mother. Amari needs special living arrangements, caretakers. There's a lot that comes with Amari. And so I was like, live here, your kids are here. And that to me takes so much more strength. And also to walk around the house in front of my kids and smile. And because I'm not fighting in front of my kids, I don't do stuff like that. And with Lamar, like for Lamar, when his accident happened, his overdose happened at a brothel. And he, it's not like I showed up at the hospital, not because I'm weak, because I was strong and I needed to take care of him, because who else would have? And I think people don't realize how much strength comes in those things. And it doesn't mean I forget. It just means there's something bigger here that's going to take precedence. And my moral compass says I need to show up and honor that. And that's just mine.
Don't ever let anyone tell you it's weak. It's so not weak. It's so powerfully strong.
I think where some people call it weakness, they don't realize how much strength goes into putting your own personal feelings aside for the betterment of somebody else.
Yeah.
For me, love is the foundation. Love and faith is the foundation for everything.